She threw me out of the house the day after my son's funeral. Not a week later. Not after the pain had settled. The very next day. I was still wearing black clothes, still moving like a shadow, still expecting to hear his footsteps in the hallway. My heart hadn't even accepted that he was gone, and yet there she was, standing in front of me with her arms crossed, waiting for me to leave. And when I asked her about my son's will, she laughed. That laugh is something I will never forget. What she didn't know was this. My son had already seen this ending coming. The call came at exactly 3:17 a.m. on a Tuesday. I remember staring at my phone for a second before answering. No one calls that late unless something is wrong. When I picked up, I heard my son David's voice, but it didn't sound like him. "Mom, I don't feel right," he said. "My chest hurts. I can't breathe properly." Before I could calm him down or ask where he was, the call ended. I tried calling back again and again. There was no answer. My hands were shaking as I grabbed my keys and rushed to the car, praying the entire drive to the hospital. By the time I arrived, a doctor was already waiting for me. I knew before he spoke. "I'm very sorry," he said softly. "It was a massive heart attack. We did everything we could." My 45-year-old son was gone.
Just like that.
No warning.
No goodbye.
No chance to tell him how proud I was. I felt like the ground had disappeared beneath my feet. Stephanie, his wife, arrived shortly after. She cried loudly, holding on to people for support. Everyone kept telling her how strong she was, how brave she looked. I stood quietly beside her, unable to cry, unable to speak. At one point, she looked at me. For just a moment, her tears stopped. And in that moment, I saw something else. Relief. I quickly looked away, ashamed of the thought. Who thinks something like that at a time like this? I told myself grief was confusing my mind. I wanted to believe she was hurting too.
The days that
followed felt unreal. I moved through them like a ghost. Stephanie took control of everything. The paperwork, the phone calls, the funeral arrangements. "I'll handle it," she kept saying. I'm his wife. The funeral was beautiful. Perfect flowers. Soft music. Carefully chosen words. Stephanie spoke about love, strength, and new beginnings, while my son lay in a coffin just a few feet away. I sat in the front row, staring at his photograph, barely listening. After the service, people lined up to offer condolences. That's when I overheard Stephanie whispering to her sister. "The life insurance will cover the mortgage easily," she said. "And without the extra expense, things will finally be simpler." Extra expense.
She was talking about me.
2 years earlier, I had sold my small house. David and Stephanie wanted to buy a bigger place, but they didn't have enough for the down payment. "Just for a while, Mom," David had said. "We'll take care of you." I trusted my son. I gave them $40,000, almost all my savings, and moved in with them. I cooked meals, cleaned the house, helped wherever I could. I never asked for rent. I thought I was part of the family. But after David died, everything changed. The morning after the funeral, Stephanie asked me to talk. We stood in the kitchen, sunlight streaming through the window like it was any normal day. "I need to be honest with you," she said calmly. "This house is mine now." My heart dropped. "I need space to grieve," she continued. "You can't stay here anymore." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "I just lost my son," I said quietly. She nodded, completely unmoved. "I'll give you until tomorrow evening to pack." That was it. At 67 years old, I packed my entire life into 4 suitcases. Every item I touched reminded me of my son. She watched from the doorway, checking her phone, completely detached. At exactly 6 p.m., she tapped her watch. "It's time," she said. As I carried my bags outside, I turned back one last time.